Hi there. We are on day 73 of our Through the New Testament in 1 year. And today we are doing Mark 14, the first half of it. So let's go. Yesterday I just finished talking about the end times and what to expect, and that we are now, it seems, in the birth pains part of it, right? Hey, after 2 days, it was the Passover and the festival of unleavened bread. The chief priests and the scribes were looking for a treacherous way to arrest and kill him. Not during the festival, they said, or there may be rioting among the people. They already know all the people loved him, right? While he was in Bethany at the house of Simon, who had a serious skin disease, he was reclining at the table. A woman came with an alabaster jar of pure, expensive, and fragrant oil of nard. She broke the jar and poured it on his head. But some were expressing indignation to one another. Why has this fragrant oil been wasted? For this oil might have been sold for more than 300 denarii and given to the poor. And they began to scold her. Then Jesus said, "Leave her alone. Why are you bothering her? She has done a noble thing for me. You always have the poor with you, and you can do what is good for them whenever you want. But you do not always have me. She has done what she could. She has anointed my head in advance for burial, I assure you. Wherever the gospel is proclaimed in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be told in memory of her." There you go. And it is told now, thousands of years later. Then Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, went to the chief priests to hand him over to them. And when they heard this, they were glad and promised to give him silver. So he started looking for a good opportunity to betray him. Right? And you had to be thinking of this long before, right? Preparation for Passover. On the first day of unleavened bread, when they sacrificed the Passover lamb, his disciples asked him, "Where do you want us to go and prepare the Passover so you may eat it?" So he sent 2 of his disciples and told them, "Go into the city, and a man carrying a water jug will meet you. Follow him. Wherever he enters, tell the owner of the house, 'The teacher says, where is the guest room for me to eat Passover with my disciples?' He will show you a large room upstairs," the upper room, right? "Finished and ready. Make the preparations for us there." So the disciples went out, entered the city, and found it just as he had told them, and they prepared the Passover. I didn't see who that guy is, but I like to think maybe it was that rich man that he loved, right? The only one that has said he loved him. When evening came, he arrived with the 12. When they were reclining and eating, Jesus said, "I assure you, one of you will betray me, one who is eating with me." They began to be distressed and say to him one by one, "Surely not I." He said to them, "It is one of the 12, the one who is dipping bread with me in the bowl, for the Son of Man will go, just as it is written about him. But woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would have been better for that man if he had not been born." Wow. Once you are born, your soul never dies, right? The first Lord's Supper. As they were eating, he took bread, blessed it, and broke it, and gave it to them, and said, "Take it, this is my body." Then he took a cup. After giving thanks, he gave it to them, and so they all drank from it. And he said to them, "This is my blood that establishes the covenant," right? The new covenant, actually. "It is shed for many. I assure you, I will no longer drink of the fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it in a new way in the kingdom of God." After singing psalm, they went out to the Mount of Olives. And that's where it begins, right? Praying all night and Judas doing his thing. So there you go. See, that only took us 4 minutes. Not a lot. Okay. Who that person is. I thought it was one of the Marys, right? It just says a woman here. I think it names her in one of the other ones. But preparation for the Passover, betrayal. Right? So tomorrow, right? Peter's denial predicted, right? Prayer in the garden, over and over. The Judas kiss. And then he faces the Sanhedrin. We're getting to the hard parts, right? So there you go. That's the first half of Proverbs 14. Proverbs. I do Proverbs in the morning, and I'm going to do, this is Mark. Okay. So tomorrow we will finish that. We'll mark this as complete over here. There you go. So there you have it. Give us a like if you think about it and catch up on any you may have missed, as it's getting interesting now. Tomorrow we'll continue. See you then.